So mid-leg day here, I started over on Twitch and then came this way. Well, didn't have many people streaming over there, so I just thought I'd come over here. As you guys know, if you follow me for a while, I'm bouncing back and forth, trying to find where's the best place to stream. So I'll give you guys kind of a catch up. If you missed so far, we started with squats, heavy squats. We did 4 working sets. So we got up to 315 in my last set. For my hardest working sets, we got about 8 to 10 reps, 315. And now we're at seated leg curl. We're at our second working set, going for 80 pounds. Pretty straightforward. And then, yeah, hypertrophy, so we're trying to gain some muscle mass here. We're not really worried about lifting heavy weight is cool and all, but that's the least of our focus right now. Right now our focus is lifting heavy enough with really good controlled form to have the muscle fatigue out, as opposed to fatigue out because the weight is too heavy. We want to fatigue out because the stimulus we're giving it is too much. So you want to always have really good, slow and controlled reps and have that be what cooks your muscle, not necessarily just the heaviest weight possible. Two more. Slow. One more. So that's probably like 3 reps in reserve maybe. So that's pretty perfect for a second working set there. Try 80 again, let's see how we do. This will be our last set of this one. We actually probably could bump up maybe. Yeah, maybe we'll bump up to 85. Again, more about the control than the weight, but you want the control, you want the weight enough that even doing the controlled reps, it dies out before the high end of your rep range. So yeah, so that one, I had about 3 reps in reserve, which is fine. Still would count as a working set, but you know, you want it to be, this being our last working set on this exercise, you want to be cooked before you get to that high end of the rep range. So rep range is 10 to 12. We're up to 90 now on this leg curl, and we'll see how it goes. Again, we started with compound with squats, 4 sets, 5 if you include the warm-up. We got up to 315 for 8 with 5 seconds on the way down, 5 seconds on the way up. Solid control. So yeah, again, if you are someone who trains for strength, don't underestimate hypertrophy and going like heavy as you can, as controlled as possible. Because yeah, I find when I do a good hypertrophy phase and I go back to lifting for strength, I'm way stronger when I'm trying to move the weight for just moving the weight for low reps, because the amount of fibers you recruit when you're trying to gain lean mass this way is like crazy, right? So you get quite a bit stronger as a byproduct of like increasing your lean muscle mass, right? Which is an pretty obvious statement, but some people undermine it, right? Like some guys, like powerlifters and stuff, will sometimes say like, oh, why would I do that? I'm just gonna train my way, heavy, low rep all the time. But this is where different types of stimulus and different types of muscular and neural pathway development comes in. You'll end up stronger for it. So just the same way, if you're a bodybuilder or hypertrophy athlete, don't shoot down athletic style training, right? It's good to have a phase or two where you spend a couple weeks focusing on what's not your main thing. Like even me, I hate running, hate cardio, hate it with a passion. I do it because I know it's important for my heart and health, but I'll still take, you know, a solid like initial 6 to 8 week phase where I just focus on athletic movement patterns and high volume and stuff. So at the end of the day, we're all just trying to be really well-rounded athletes, right? Again, it's about the slow control. This is 90 pounds. Control the whole way through, so even though I could do heavier weight if I went crazy. It's not about that right now. It's about the stimulus fatiguing the muscles. 9. I'm gonna try for the 12. Yeah, cooked. So yeah, oh, hamstrings are tight. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Star, what's up? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys being here to watch Saturday morning, nice and early. Lots of love. Stream my workouts here like 5 days a week. Do cardio 3 days a week. Thanks, Star. I believe in you too. I appreciate it. If you guys aren't already subscribed, please subscribe. Just drop a like. It means the world to me. I'm just kind of growing a community here. 5 days a week doing my lifts. 3 days a week doing my cardio. Yeah, so I'm streaming it all the way through, so I appreciate you guys being here for it. And yeah, it's all about a community about strength, fitness, support around those things, because there's so much on social media that's nonsense around fitness and health. And I find it puts a lot of people off or makes a lot of people feel nervous or scared about their own fitness journey. So I literally just want to be here to clear stuff up for you guys. I've been in fitness, health, certified trainer, certified nutritionist for almost 20 years now, over 20 years in some cases. Yeah, I've competed in bodybuilding. I've competed in men's physique. I also am a certified mental health practitioner. So that's another thing that I have in my pocket, but I just want to make this community about helping people. I'm not selling any coaching programs, stuff like that. I will help coach people if they need help. But yeah, not selling anything, not trying to get wealthy off you guys, just trying to build a community of like-minded people that want to be healthy. And for parents too, I have 2 beautiful girls of my own and an amazing wife. So yeah, part of this is to help support busy parents, because I think a lot of parents get in it and they get scared and nervous about what it takes to get healthy and get fit, because all the stuff online tells them they gotta, you know, do 3 hours of cardio and their weights and all this and all that. Natasha, hey, thanks for joining. Appreciate you guys. If you could drop a like and subscribe, means the world. I'm just talking about kind of what I'm doing here with Baddiedaddies and all my diaries and all my socials. But I find for parents especially, there's all this nonsense that you have to like avoid this, and this is a toxin, and work out this many hours a day, this many steps, and this and that, and it makes it sound, especially when you have kids and work, impossible. And it's not impossible. A lot of that stuff is nonsense. A lot of that stuff is people trying to enrich themselves by getting you to buy their supplement, their line of supplements, or whatever the case may be. I am the anti that, so that's what these streams are, man, for you guys to join me, see what I do. I lost 85 pounds last year, competed in my first show in 14 years. As I mentioned, I've been a trainer 20, nutritionist 20, but had 2 kids, career, so that stuff fell off. And yeah, last year lost 80 pounds, so this is the workouts I'm doing to keep myself fit, healthy, lean, and I can talk through anything you guys have questions about. You guys have questions about diet, fitness, supplements, even mental health stuff if you're struggling. To be like fully open, if you guys watch my social media, you'd know. Right after my first daughter, just before my first daughter was born, I almost committed suicide, had a mental health crisis, and that's what pushed me to get some. Luckily, my wife is incredible. She supported me through everything. I sought professional help, got professional help, and yeah, now part of my focus is trying to help people going through something similar. You're not yeah, if you are going through something, just know that there's no problem with you. You're not broken. It's just yeah, there's just things that people go through, and if you don't have the right support system, it's quite difficult to work your way through it. So it's good to have a community and a place you can go. All right, so Bulgarian split squats here. I consider this accessory work. Yeah, I consider this accessory work because as much as you're using the quads and everything, using a lot of glutes and stabilizers, so yeah, to me it's accessory work, but it's good. Yeah, appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate the likes, and hopefully some people subscribed. And yeah, don't feel, because again, the way I'm building up this community is, yeah, I want this to be an open dialogue and chat. So if you guys have questions about things you're feeling, even if you think there's no such thing as a dumb question, yeah, even if you guys feel like what you're asking is going to be whatever, I promise you there's probably somebody else on here that's going through it too. So drop the question and we'll work through it. And if anybody has anything negative to say, they'll be gone too. Because that's not what this is about. All right, we're gonna move up to 35 pounds a side for Bulgarian split squat plus my body weight. So hope you guys are having a good Valentine's Day. I hope you got somebody special that's gonna spoil you today. If not, happy Valentine's. I'm sending lots of love. If you don't have somebody, if you don't have a Valentine, you don't have somebody treating you today, I'll keep you in my mind. I spoiled my girls yesterday, both my daughters and my mother-in-law, my wife. So, but today I'm still gonna, I love to cook. If you guys haven't seen on here before, big fan of cooking and baking. So I'm gonna make a special dinner for everybody tonight, and all home cooked stuff. And then some errands today. We did grocery shopping and stuff yesterday, so we got all our meals for the week. Yeah, should be good. But yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. What are your plans for Valentine's Day? We're gonna go 35 now, as I mentioned. When I do these, I tend to support the dumbbell on my opposing leg, that's back. So what we do is, good way to line this up if you guys haven't done these before, is put both your calves against the bench and take a single step out, put your back foot behind that foot, and you should be in the same position. Your calf should be touching, and then that's your position. Rest your foot, slightly lean forward. Try to really focus on my glute here. Trying to get those beefy white boy glutes if I can. Fortunately, I wasn't blessed with much cake, so I'm trying to build it for myself. So yeah, that's a good weight. Pretty cooked there, so. Gotta go. All right, Star, thanks for showing up. I appreciate you being here. It means the world. Sending lots of love. I hope you're subscribed. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Again, anybody, if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. Follow along. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. Hope you have a great one. Hope you get spoiled. All the best. I'll try to finish here without passing out. We're about halfway now, so again, if you guys have just joining in, we did we started with our compound movements, squats, 5 sets, but got up to 315 for 8. Seated leg curl, 90 pounds for 12. We're on our third exercise with Bulgarians. Started at 25 for 15 a side. Just did 35 for 12 a side, which is probably a good working range. Do one more here, and then we're on to stiff leg deadlifts and leg extension, and then that's it for the day. Pretty heavy leg day. You can hear me, I'm sucking wind. But yeah, so I mentioned lost 80 pounds in the earlier part of the year. So I've been doing hypertrophy now for the last, this is my 10th week. Doing all my measurements and stuff tomorrow. My goal has been to keep my body weight between 200 and 210. I've kind of sat around 207 for 9 weeks now. And slowly my body fat's been dropping. So my weight stayed around 207. My body fat has been dropping by like 0.1% every week, or every 2 weeks when I check. And then yesterday I bought some new jeans, and I've been at 36-inch waist since the show, and it was a little baggy. I bought 34s. Not only do I fit in the 34s are now baggy, so, which tells me that I'm still getting, even though my weight stayed the same, I'm definitely getting leaner as I go, so all great news. So last set of Bulgarians, body weight plus 35-pound dumbbell. Again, the same lineup as always. One full step ahead. Support the back leg. Focus on that glute, we gotta get that cake. Slow and controlled is the name of the game when you're trying to gain muscle mass. Killer. Switch hands. So even though it's accessory, legs are cooked right now. Just trying to catch our breath here. That was good overall, right? Not terrible. Glutes are feeling a good pump, which is what we need to get the cake. Out of breath, dude, I'm dying. So we're moving on to our second compound movement of the day, which is gonna be stiff leg deadlifts with our toes elevated. we're gonna move over here. So a point here. If you guys have ever seen, oh my god, tripping. People do stiff leg deadlifts with their heels elevated. Gets more of like the cut off from underneath their glutes. Focuses more there. If you're trying to focus more on the shelf, like more of the donkadonk or the cake, you want to elevate your toes, which is what we're going to do here. But also, remember, if you have any kind of lower back discomfort, elevating your toes is also going to put more stress on your posterior chain. So if you have lower back discomfort, elevating your toes is probably going to make that a little worse. So as much as you may want that big bulging booty, you might want to skip the elevated toes. So we all want it, but sometimes it's not the safest thing for us, right? Setting up for our leg extension, which is our next exercise, but catch our breath here. I think we're going to go at 95 for this. Could I go heavier? Sure. Should I go heavier? Probably not. That's the biggest question when you're doing hypertrophy, I think, is answering the question, should I go heavier? The idea that could you go heavier is probably almost always a yes, but the should you go heavier is the real question, right? So toes elevated, stiff leg deadlift here. Trying to build some cake. Okay. 95 pounds. Again, not the heaviest weight I could probably do here, but it's more about the speed and the stimulus. Elevate our toes slightly. Focus on that upper part of the glutes. Nice slow and controlled motion. All right. So yeah, not bad. Ooh, feeling a little lightheaded. Getting near the end of our day here, so that's normal. We're gonna add some. What are we gonna add on there? We'll add a 10 per side for the next one. Why not? Go 115. So we only have 3 sets here. You want to increase your weight fairly regularly to make sure you're hitting failure within that rep range, right? treadmill shoes back over there, but just catching my breath here. And we're gonna go right into set 2. Should be all right. So we're going up to 115, toes elevated, stiff leg deadlifts. Husk, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Please drop a like, sub. Trying to build a bit of a community here. 5 days a week, I'm on here training. 3 days with my early morning cardio. Right now, we're just trying to build some cake. Get rid of this flat booty we got. 115. We did heavy squats to start the day. Leg curl, Bulgarian squats. Now we're on this, on our toes elevated, stiff leg deadlift. All right, not bad. All right, thanks, Huss. Appreciate it. Appreciate the motivation. Hamstrings are feeling toasty. I mean, we use them in squats, seated leg curl, and now this. Quads are pretty toast. We squatted 315 for 4 sets to start out the day. So I got the hamstrings, quads are pretty cooked there. Then we did Bulgarian squats for 3 sets. So we still have one more Romanian deadlift, one more leg extension, and then that's it for the day. Good, yeah, right? Thank you, I appreciate it. I think I'm gonna have some. Ten reps of pick the laundry off the floor. Yeah, I know, right? Pretty much. Well, right now I'm going for hypertrophy, so it's less about as heavy as possible as like a strength program would be. It's more about the stimulus causing the fatigue than the weight, right? So when you're lifting for strength, you're lifting as heavy as possible, super low weight or rep. Jeez, I'm dizzy. I'm here to do the Big Daddy lifts, load the bar, baby. Yeah, so I did my compound lifts. So when you're doing hypertrophy, usually I still have heavy weights in the day, and it's usually my compound lifts, which are my first 2. So today is like a heavy squat. Got up to like 315 for 8. Thanks, Hussey, I appreciate it. But yeah, these are all hypertrophy work, right? So you want the stimulus to be what causes the failure and the fatigue, not the weight itself. So like for instance, if I'm doing, say I'm doing this for just like strength, low rep, which I probably wouldn't do stiff leg deadlift for that type of exercise. I'd just do a conventional deadlift, but then you're looking at lifting like the 3 to 6 rep range, right? Super heavy, failure at like 3 to 6. But that's not going to cause very much hypertrophy, like lean muscle growth, right? Whereas you can get better hypertrophy out of like a higher rep range and really focused, controlled negatives, super accentuated pause at the top of your concentric, right? So yeah, I have programs where I do the big boy weights and programs where I do the control. I'm trying to get as much lean mass as possible. Trying to look good on the beach for my family is basically the goal right now. seems to be working, so. But yeah, do you do, JJ, do you have a channel? If you subscribe, I'll subscribe back to you. That's how I kind of run my community. If you subscribe, I subscribe to you. I appreciate everybody who's part of it. Would love to see your lifting and stuff. Again, if you guys are wondering about my background, 20 plus years as a certified trainer. Competed in bodybuilding early on, fell off, had a family, career, all that stuff, and now competed again last year, lost 80 pounds. I got really out of shape, lost 80 pounds over the last year, competed in October, and now started Baddiedaddydiaries to kind of help people where life has gotten in the way and they want to kind of make sense of all the nonsense that's out there on social media. Because yeah, a lot of these social media channels make fitness and health seem unattainable for the average person, and it's not. So. Again, you want to push the floor away from you with your feet. Yeah, I'm toast. Hamstrings are cooked. I feel my lower back taking over, so that's a good sign. Hypertrophy wise, we're doing the right things here. Moving into leg extension. Yeah, so again, I appreciate you guys all being here. 10, 8. I usually like to have 2 or 3 meals in me before I do my lifts, but unfortunately weekends with kids, this is what you get. You sometimes get a little lightheaded by the end of it after just 1 meal. I'm going, yes, thanks, Husk. Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you being here for it. So we got leg extension next. High rep leg extension for development of the quads. So I'm going to be doing between 20 and 30 reps of a control weight. And then I finish up with calf raises. I kind of do off screen because they're a little boring for you guys to watch, because I just go up and down the stairs, basically 20 per stair. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 stairs to my basement. So, 20 per stair. Getting a good amount of reps on your quads, burn them out, or on your calves, sorry. See, I can't even think. Just talking nonsense at this point. But yeah, if you guys have any questions around health, fitness, nutrition, even some mental health stuff, drop it in the chat. I'd love to discuss it with you and discuss it for you. I didn't quite finish my thing there, so 45 is way too late. Yeah, 10 years. 20 years, sorry, in fitness. Certified trainer. 15 years plus certified nutritionist. And going on now 7 years as a licensed cognitive behavioral therapy practitioner. So yeah, happy to help with anything I can. Full extension on these, and then a nice slow controlled negative. So 1/3 of the way there, that's 10. It's 20, 10 more. The burn is crazy, right? You're just trying to burn out, fill the quads with as much lactic acid as possible. That's 25, 5 more. Burn it out. Yeah, most of the time I do. Gym in the basement, yeah. So that's this full thing. That's why I call it the dungeon. I don't have the title on today. Normally I update my title, but I call it training in the dungeon with Q&A. So full gym in the basement, Peloton bike, squat rack, universal, leg curl, leg extension, all the main stuff. Still want to add to it. So hopefully at some point I get monetized and I grow enough of a community to make a little bit. I'm going to invest everything back into this basement gym. And like the first thing I got to do is I have to update this. See that squat rack? It's like a Temu special. It's very like, if you guys check it out, like very rickety, not very stable. So days like today where I'm lifting, like squatting 300 pounds, it's scary, right? It's definitely taking my chances. Freaks my wife out a little bit, which makes sense, right? I don't want to get hurt. But so I'm just trying to, yeah, so right now hypertrophy phase, so I'm eating in a little bit of a caloric surplus. Yeah, right, scary. So that's the first thing I want to replace. I want to put a full kind of Smith machine squat rack in there so I can squat heavier and safer. Yeah, as I was mentioning, so the six-pack thing. So yeah, normally I try to. If you look at some of my shorts and stuff, you can kind of see it kind of opens with a sequence of me my shirt off after like getting ready for the show there. But right now eating in a slight caloric surplus, so that's like washed out a little bit, which is normal. That's what you want when you're trying to gain muscle mass. You have to eat more calories than your maintenance or you're not going to gain any muscle, right? So it goes away. And then yeah, the idea is 9 weeks from now, I'll start the cut again, and then cut to have a six-pack for the summer. Oh, God. 16. 20. 10 more. 2. 3 more. But yeah, so the six-pack comes and goes. It's not something, if you're trying to be healthy, all good. No, I appreciate you being our host. Hopefully you subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you again. Again, I'm here 5 days a week, so at some point you'll see me again for sure. Yeah, six-pack. If somebody has a six-pack year-round, that's kind of an indication that they're not very healthy. The idea is to have the six-pack kind of leave if you're in a calorie surplus or you're just doing general health stuff. Even eating at your maintenance level, it's hard to maintain a full six-pack. And then when you cut for the summer, that's when, you know, you eat in a calorie deficit and then you'll get the six-pack back. And yeah, so unfortunately, this world tries to tell you that a six-pack and stuff like that is a measure of health, but it's not. As someone who's gotten it and gotten away from it and had some mental health issues around having one and stuff like that, It's not the ultimate success thing, but it's at the same time, it's a pretty good indicator of, you know, what to do health-wise for the most part. Unless the guy's super jacked with a six-pack, then they just know how to effectively do their dosing because they're probably on some stuff, which I know some people try to say makes you sound like a hater and stuff like that, but it's just real. It's just honest. But yeah, I appreciate you being here. Appreciate everybody who stopped by. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Sending you lots and lots of love. I'm going to finish up with my calves. Awesome. I appreciate it, Huss. Yeah, likes and comments help a ton. I appreciate if you subscribe too, and hopefully I'll see you again when I'm back in here. Yeah, and I'll keep pinning your comments and having you as part of the community, and it means the world to me. I can't explain. Can't thank you enough for being here. And now I got to go take my girls out for Valentine's. Lots of love. Have a great Valentine's, and we'll see you guys on the next one.